The next stop is On the Radar Radio.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, baby. On the Radar Radio. Yo, special guest in the building. Shimmy, Choo in the building. My guy, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Bro? Chilling, man.
Nice
Thank
to meet you.
Thank you for having me here. Appreciate it.
What'd you say? You from Uptown, so you need to
I'm
bring
from
your Brooklyn
Uptown.
guys in the building?
Yeah, I'm from Uptown Dykeman, so I touched in Brooklyn. I had my Brooklyn brothers with me.
Dykeman your whole life?
Yeah, born and raised.
Born and raised.
Yep.
Born and raised. How you feeling today, bro?
Feeling great, man. Alive. I'm here. I'm with the bros. I'm feeling good. I'm looking good. I'm smelling good. That's it.
Underdog 3 out now.
Yes, sir.
Underdog. We got a lot to talk about today. Well, first of all, we got to shout out Gio, though.
Shout
my
out to
brother
Gio, man. Shout out to Gio. Wait, which camera we looking at?
This is yours. That's yours.
This one? Yo, Gio. Thank you, bro. I love you. Shout out to you. And something I always say about Gio, every year we met, only person that I was always waiting for that, like, yo, go harder, bro. Go harder. So every year was always, go harder. I'll present 100 records a year. Yo, go harder, bro. So we here, and I thank you for the push and the motivation. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, Gio will tell you to go harder, like,
every
chance.
I hear it so much that it gets to the point that I already know what I'm gonna hear when I walk in to link up with him. But I just still there, and we here, bro. And it's just, you need people like that around you.
Facts.
You know who's always gonna push you for better, you know. So.
And he'll let you know when you're not doing enough too.
And bro, he have no filter. He will let you know exactly what he have on his mind.
Nah, facts. My boy has zero filter.
So you gotta appreciate people like that around you, bro. There's too many yes men around here, so. I appreciate that.
And he be dumb lit when he go out too. My boy Gio be outside. Shout out to you, my brother.
Yeah, shout out to bro.
But I want to, so obviously since it's my first time meeting you, I want to get like your full story. So you've been in Dykeman your whole life,
Yes,
right? When did you first start making music?
So it's funny, actually. I have a close friend of mine his name is Jamz. He's a producer as well.
Oh, Jamz.
Yeah, close friend of
Yeah,
mine.
me and Jamz go back to 2018.
Yo, me and Jam go back since I was 12 years old rapping in his room.
Oh my God.
When he first started making music. Now, bro, years later, he got a studio with 8 rooms in it.
Mm-hmm.
I started making music like when I was 13. Jam was one of the first person who had me in the studio. So like sometimes I can't even believe in myself. 13, I'm 27 now, so took it seriously when I graduated high school. I was 19 years old is when I started taking music seriously and started. The rest is history.
Right.
Yep.
So Jamz is like the main, like, he pushed you too, huh?
Yeah, cause I was 12 years old, bro, and this is a story I always say. He had the studio in his room. We had a couch in there. We had a mattress only. So we was all a bunch of young dudes who used to go upstairs. 5 of us, 6 of us, 7 of us trying to rap in one corner. And I'll never forget. We used to paint. He used to graffiti the whole room. How his studios is graffiti now. And I was just like a little kid really doing this, 13, 14 years old, just rapping for him. And I'll be thinking like, damn, we really started from a bedroom with a mattress on the floor to now years later we here recording these top big studios, just moving around with it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And his studio is dumb nice too,
Yeah,
by the
it's
way.
like 8 rooms. I'm telling you, we went from a studio in a room with a mattress on the floor to years later, 8 rooms, plaques in the studio.
They
Like, this is
plaques,
stuff
yeah,
we used to, like I'm telling you, we used to talk about this. So a bunch of teenagers and they're just talking about this. Till a year later, we actually watching each other grow, and it's just amazing feeling,
Right.
you know?
Do you still record up there or no?
Oh, yeah, I still record here and there. I still, bro, like...
Mount Vernon?
Yeah, 'cause, you know,
Come far.
It's deep, bro. It's deep. So it's like, and then the whole parking situation up there. So I was like, I do pull up on bro here and there, but I got my own place. I record that, but he family, so
Yeah.
open doors for me always up there.
Yeah, nah, when I interviewed him in his studio, like, back in 2018, and, like, I remember the parking situation there, I was like, bro, where am I going to park at?
For real.
I spun the block like 6 times.
And they'll tell you shit. They don't play Yonkers. They do not play.
At all.
Don't go to Yonkers thinking you gonna get a ticket. You might come outside, find a whole boot on your car.
Facts. But what I saw that was dope about you is that, like, you had toured, like, you've toured internationally too.
Yes, I did.
It was London and...
London and Brazil.
Brazil's crazy, by the
Yeah,
way.
amazing.
I don't know any artist.
I
who's
mean, would
toured
you
in-
consider Canada international as
Sure,
well?
yeah,
So so you could throw it in there.
But Brazil is like the odd one out because it's like I don't know any artist. Well, I mean, obviously aside from like big Spanish
yeah,
artists,
like bigger artists.
that's toured in Brazil.
Brazil was amazing, bro. It was like when I sit and think about what a tour should be like, I will always talk about my Brazil tour. It was just 20, 30,000 people.
Jesus.
Like, you already know. And it's like, it's not even a tour, it's a festival. So these people party from morning to night for days. Like artists performing from morning to night for days. That's like towards the ending of the festival, I was literally on that stage looking at people like, I'm pretty sure some of these people haven't showered in a couple of days here. Like,
Ew.
for real, bro, like that. And it was just an
Nasty.
amazing feeling. Just being able to take my talent and go to a whole another country that they don't even speak English or Spanish. So the language barrier was just insane. It was impossible to to communicate with people. So I don't know, it's just Portuguese.
Yeah.
So, but then Portuguese use a little bit of Spanish. So even when I try to talk Spanish, it's like talking to a wall because they will not understand the words I was saying. So it was just impossible. And then having no service out there, couldn't use my translator either. So it was tough.
What was damn, I had a question, but I just lost it. But with that, with even being out there and like and all that reception too, it's just like I can only imagine what that must have felt like. Because like I said, I don't know any artists who've really performed in Brazil before. What was the festival called?
Well, it was in Belo Horizonte. I forgot the name of the festival, but it was like in Belo Horizonte. I think it's like the third. I don't want to really say too much, like the wrong information, but Belo Horizonte is one of the cities in Brazil, just like Rio de Janeiro. So Belo Horizonte is like number 3 biggest city. So I forgot the name of the festival, but it was like a big festival in that city. So yo, just thinking about it, bro, it was just like really turned up, and I got to experience and just like there be times I do think about it, like damn, I really went to Brazil, not just on a vacation, to actually chase, pursue something that I love to do. Perform for 20, 30,000 people. Like, it's just a whole different feeling.
Right, and then that was what year?
2018.
So then, like, the pandemic comes around, and
2
then
years later.
Yeah, and then you had to. So I heard like during that time, right? Because Gio briefed me on everything about you. Like Gio's like, I'm gonna tell you all the little nitty gritty stuff. But he had told me that like, which is interesting because like obviously being like cool with Jamz, like you had to learn how to like record and produce yourself too.
Yeah,
like
I had to not really much produce because I always had producers around me, which like Jamz and other people around me. Shout out to Roy, shout out to Fwesh as well. So with the whole pandemic came, and it's like literally from one day to another, it's like I just seen everybody just give up on themselves. Especially I think artists as well, that it's like the pandemic hit, and I'll never forget because that's when I lost my best friend in the pandemic. Everybody just like stopped doing music, or just so that right there showed me like, all right, who's really in it or who's really not. So I took that moment and became like a student and a teacher. Literally, I was teaching myself how to record myself. Going on YouTube, I was engineering. I said, as long as I could press that record button, and I got all my people that believe in my stuff just as much as I believe in my stuff, whether it's engineer, producers, all I gotta do is record this, send out the whole session to them, and they're gonna get these records mixed and mastered for me and clean. All right, so there's no excuses for me to not be making music. So the whole pandemic, I did this whole thing called Shimmy Sundays, and people still ask about it. That every Sunday I was dropping a new record. I would record a record today, send it to the team. Yo, it's hard. We're dropping it. For like 3 months straight, I had to drop a record every single Sunday.
Why just for 3 months?
Because then that's when the pandemic. It was a lot of things going on. So something happened with this whole situation that my neighborhood went viral, et cetera, et cetera. Don't want to get to the details of that. But we got over it, and it was just so much going on in the world with the whole situation. Whole BLM movement, George Floyd getting murdered. So I feel like it was too much of a sensitive time, and I didn't want to look too selfish or too greedy to just drop music during this time. So I took a break. I said, you know what? I'll resume it once the world get back in order, or I feel like I'm ready enough to drop music without people critiquing it. Be like, oh, these are the worst time for you to drop music. So I said, you know what? Let me fall back and let the world, like I said, let time fix everything, and I get back on it when I feel ready, mentally.
Okay, no, I definitely understand that. Like, it's like there was a lot going on at that time too.
Like a lot, and so much things. Like I said, my neighborhood going viral. That also it was a lot for me to grasp at the moment. It was like, just so much going on in my life, and that thing with the whole situation, and like I said, my neighborhood going viral, and then not just going viral worldwide, and people calling me, asking me about the situation. But moving on forward, I'm glad that, our communities got together and we was able to put stuff in the past and move forward,
Right. Definitely. Even that time, like, I stopped doing, like, Zoom interviews for, like, a couple weeks. But I was just like, I don't want to be selfish with this
Yeah.
time. You know what I'm saying?
It was too sensitive.
Yeah, too much shit was going on, and it was just like, you know, I started doing Zoom interviews, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna take a few weeks off from doing the Zoom interviews, and then I picked it back up kind of like in July again. But like at the time, like it was just like a lot going on. It was like a lot of emotional weight on everybody, like you know, everything going on. The you know, with George Floyd, with the pandemic, with people, you know, losing people who we love to the pandemic or for other things going on, is like, it was just like, all right, nah, let's take a step back from everything. So I definitely understand like the desire to just take that like little bit of a break.
Yeah, especially the cancel culture is serious.
Right.
And people don't know what it is to get like dragged and having hundreds of thousand comments, and like that whole cancel culture is really like scary. So a lot of people are not built to go through that, to like, get the name dragged and have 1,000 DMs and people saying negative things or people agreeing with what you did. So I just like I said, I just took that moment to honestly just fall back and let just time heal everything and fix everything. Just get me off the radar for a bit too. Like it was too much going on with the drop in music and then handling street politics and politics with the music. Said I need my break.
When did you take that trip to Cuba then?
Cuba was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was 2018 as well.
Oh, that was 2018, so I was before the pandemic.
Cuba was before the pandemic. Cuba was amazing.
You was on your World Traveler shit in 2018 then, huh?
It's every year since I started making music, because 2015, I did my first tour. That's when I first started making music. And then I always told myself that that's what's gonna make me different. Just traveling, doing things that either mainstream or upcoming artists are not doing yet.
Facts.
So sometimes people have to, for someone to do a show to even in another country, they have to wait till they sign or in some type of situation that they have some kind of the help.
A backing behind you.
Yeah, a backing. But me, I always believe like, I mean, we got the social media. Like that was literally my wave right there, social media. I connect with people from any place in the world in a matter of seconds. There's no way for us to not go out there and get it, you know?
Right, yeah. What was like, Gio also had mentioned to me that like the trip to Cuba for you was like life-changing.
Yo, it was just...
I've never been to Cuba, but I've always wanted to go too.
It was just more or less like that feeling like we have everything here, bro. Like we really, the fact that I could get up right now and grab my phone and call my parents or call my family, it's just that luxury. Or I could go on my phone and go on Instagram and go check who's DMing me. You go to Cuba, I put Snapchat filters on the people that was there, and they was looking at me like, oh my, a filter, a dog filter. Like this is stuff that our kids play with here.
Yeah.
They grabbing, bro, like a filter. They literally put in it, and they were like, oh my God, what is that? Don't put it in front of me. There's no internet,
right?
And the internet is controlled by the government. Everything is just controlled by the government. So what I'm saying that it changed me because I was able to walk outside and not have to worry about what sneakers I'm gonna wear today, what jeans, what outfit I'm gonna do. Is my hair messed up? Do I look good? How the people gonna look at me? It's true. It's just things that we go through in New York, bro. It just, and not in New York, just America, period. Like, always making sure we look good, fly stuff on. And just over there's, bro, even down to the food. Like, I hung out with people that, over here, when you hang out with people, it's party, let's say, right? The people we hung out with, they was more happy. They didn't want us to, we was on some, yo, let's go out, let's drink, let's go to a club, let's have fun. They was more on some, can we go have dinner at a restaurant and we could eat and we could stay at the house? Bro, like I'm telling you, it's still, like I'm still in disbelief like that. Like, then we go out to the clubs over there. The respect for the law is just crazy. We're literally coming out the club and there's like, they're arresting some dude. Usually when we come out of a club in New York, you already know it's loud, it's a teteo, everybody partying, the music. With
somebody getting arrested,
somebody fighting.
And they
bro,
fight or like that.
You leave a club in New York, there's a whole party outside. What I'm trying to say, literally, we leave in the club. It's not really a club. They only sell beers and Jack Daniel, and we come in
just Jack Daniel.
Just Jack Daniel and beers, literally, bro. It was just like,
that's weird.
It was just like, but overall, it was just certain things that I took for granted, was even just being able to go home and make myself a dinner, or being able to go in a sneaker store and buy myself a pair of sneakers, or go to the supermarket and grab 3 apples instead of 1. Like literally, everything over there is like counted. We bring a visitor over to the Airbnb. We have to sign them in, take a picture of their license and stuff, like cameras in the, like, so you start really realizing, you be like, yo, I have everything I need. Like, I would never say again, like, oh, my day is ruined because this or that. Like, them people over there are really going through it, bro. Like, really, really going through it.
That's crazy.
Like, I'm telling you, they see me, and I guess I'm like the poster child of a Spanish artist. They kept on calling me Osuna. The braids, the little tied up. They never seen that. They never seen like a rapper really out there or artist. They never seen that. They never. I remember showing people my music videos, and they looking at me like I'm this big thing, and like I don't know that I'm going back home to a regular life, you know. But the way they see it and the way it's like, it's crazy, bro, for real. I could go for hours talk about Cuba, and it's an amazing place. The food is amazing. The people are amazing. You're able to walk the streets with anything. Nobody's gonna try to rob you, look at you funny. It's love. Yes, bro. Like, it's love.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
I don't believe that.
You probably would ask some people like that been to Cuba, friend of yours, and they will tell you like.
Yeah, I've had a few friends go to Cuba.
They don't play with the tourists. They don't. Like, you're a tourist, bro. Like you're protected. You could say like.
You're protected.
You're protected. You could say.
I don't believe that.
I'm telling you, bro. They're afraid like of like the cops over there. Like, it's really bad. Like,
The cops they're afraid of the cops.
Matter of fact, I remember we stopped some girl because we needed help. We were trying to find an ATM. We stopped a girl. Hey, you know where's the ATM? You know what the girl told us? She pointed down a block and said, all right, I can't talk to you guys no more for the cops see us and think I'm doing something. Just like that. They could, I guess, some whole other shit that's going on down there. So the girls can't be seen talking to the tourists because they're already thinking it's some whole other thing. And we were just literally asking her for a simple question.
The tourists, like the cops gonna think that the girl trying to sell herself to you?
Basically.
Damn.
That's basically what it is. So that's why the cops is always like watching everybody's whole thing.
So if you were a tourist, you cool. But like, if you like are Cuban,
yeah,
you from there.
And for her to say that to us, it was like, it was still a whole learning experience. And for her to tell us like we simply asking her a simple question, she rushed us and said, all right, it's down there, but I can't be seen talking to you guys. Damn. And they just left. So
that's crazy.
That just shows the power of that government on their people, and it sucks.
Yeah, that sucks. Beautiful place though.
Amazing.
So Underdog 3's out now.
Yes, sir.
Why do you feel like the underdog?
I always felt like the underdog because I always felt like I always put that footwork and no matter what, still get overlooked. Dropping music since 2015, done tours, touched kind of like you said. Brazil, London, always in Canada recording music, doing shows out there, or even in the, in the States. I'm always traveling in the States to go do shows and stuff. So I always felt like the underdog because no matter what, no matter what I do, if it's not what's hot now, people are just not gonna respect it.
Right.
So what I do is I'm gonna keep working on what I do until eventually what I do is hot. And then I'm like basically the pioneer of it. So when my shit get hot, it's just gonna be that case of he been doing it.
Yeah,
This is his lane, he been doing it. So I'm gonna just keep doing what I do and nothing gonna change from it,
Right. Are you gonna keep doing the Underdog series?
No. So Underdog 3 is the last one.
Okay.
I made it the last one because, I dropped the first Underdog 2017, and I dropped the second Underdog 2019, and then Underdog 3 now 2022. So for whoever listened to the project, they'll hear the growth. But that's it. I feel like I'm already at that point that I'm not the underdog no more. Like I'm starting to feel that beast inside of me. I'm starting to feel like an alpha now. Like I'm a top dog. I'm the one who's gonna walk in the room and y'all gonna know who I am now. But the whole underdog thing, it was fun. Like I say, it was fun. It was dope. And on top of that, people, as soon as I posted the project, people already knew what they was gonna get from it.
Right.
Oh, Shimmy, Underdog? Oh yeah, we already know this is gonna be some heat. And exactly how I thought about it before I put it out there, that's exactly how it's going. So after Underdog 3, I do have the names of future projects that I'm gonna plan on dropping, but that's it. Underdog 3 is the last of it.
Underdog 3's the end. You're done being the underdog.
No, I'm done. That's it.
So what do you work? So you work on some new projects right now?
Yes, I have new projects, new music, new singles, a lot of features coming as well. It's just I just have a lot of work, just like you said earlier, something that you said earlier that is like, you said, I was doing 100 interviews a week, just in case if something do happen, I could fall back for a week or two, and it's not gonna affect my
my flow.
my way of thinking or your formula or anything, because you're gonna be like, oh my God, I gotta get up and I gotta go finish this.
Yeah, like for example, when I went to Houston, I shot 6 interviews the Monday, and then I left for a week, and I came back the next Sunday night. But I already had 6 interviews. But I already have like 40 plus things from before that. But like just to make myself feel better.
All right, so let me ask you, why do you do that?
Why do I do that?
Yes.
Why I do that? Well, one, I think of last December when I had COVID and I had the flu, right? I was knocked out for 2 weeks. I couldn't do anything. And then on top of that, Christmas week when you don't really want to be doing shit, right? So I was knocked out for 3 weeks. I didn't miss a single day of content. And then also I do it just cause it's like, I think it's funny because it's like, let's say, for example, my favorite thing is like, all right, I'll throw out an off-the-wall freestyle that nobody will expect. Like, shout out my guy Angelus, right, from France. He did a hyper-pop freestyle, right? Everybody's like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? And I'm like, you think that's funny, right? And then they'll be like, oh, On the Radar's falling off. And then I'll be like, nah, because that shit got 100,000 views on IG Reels. And then tomorrow, I'm going to hit you with like DDG.
Somebody else. Like,
yeah, and then you're going to be like, oh, but now he dropped this. You know what I'm saying? So like, no one could ever knock me off my pivot because my pivot is 60 freestyles deep. Already that I already have in the tuck that I haven't even released. You know what I'm saying? And I got shit from people that nobody is even expecting, like Denzel Curry, DDG, like you know what I'm saying?
Dope.
Like,
so it's like
you can't knock me off my pivot ever.
You got the work ready, so it's like
I can really take off until the end of the like if I wanted to take off, if I stop
from right now
to January 1st, if I wanted to,
you could take off.
I could take off. I could stop shooting for the rest of the year, and I would have enough to get me to the end of the year.
So that's why it's important to work and just leave that content ready and just build the records.
Yeah.
I just dropped Underdog 3. I have 75 records right now streaming.
There you go.
Throughout the years. 75. Don't forget about the 150 plus records right now in the stats that haven't even been released.
Exactly.
And I could literally just right now and I record for the next whole year and just go shoot videos and drop content. So, but when you said that earlier, it's something I catch on because I literally live my life like that. Like, put more work just to be, a couple steps ahead, that's it.
Yeah, I'm always 3 steps ahead of everybody else, you know what I'm saying? So that's always my goal. But we're going to have you freestyle here, which I'm very excited for. Underdog 3 is out now, so make sure you go check that out.
Go get that.
Before we get out of here, anything else you want to let your fans know, where they can follow you at, all that good stuff. Now is the time to do it.
Hey,
this
listen,
camera right here.
Shimmy Choo, 3 comma. First thing first, shout out to my neighborhood. Shout out to Dykeman. Shout out to Wash Heights, to Harlem, NYC. Shout out to the whole world at that. Every country, every place I tapped in, anybody who's been listening to me for years, who've been supporting, thank you. Underdog 3 is out now. I've been watching all the numbers go up behind the scenes, and for me, that's an amazing feeling. Exclusive video is out. Go tap in, go watch that, and stay tuned. 3 comma. Forever Luciano, we here.
There you go. Make sure you go follow him. Go run up Underdog 3 out now. Go run up everything he has out now. Go run up that freestyle out now.
Yes, sir.
Shimmy Choo in the building. Go show him some love. Go show him some support. Love is free. Support is free. But I already knew that. Till next time, On the Radar, we out. Boom. My guy. Love.
Thank you, bro.